Why do men have nipples? Okay. Allergies to people, sweating sperm, and growing limbs back like a starfish? What? Today we are back at it reacting to some of the most thought-provoking Discord questions out there. Let's dive right in. Why is my vein for my meat black? I think we're referring to any veins on a penis. So the veins are superficial, they're just under the skin, and they're dark red blood. Versus arterial blood, which is bright red. But because the veins are just under the skin, the way the light hits it plus the skin, it makes it look like it's a dark blue, sometimes purple, and even so dark blue that it might look black, but it's actually normal to have darkened veins that look blue. I promise you, our blood is not blue, it is not black. It is dark red or dark maroon. It just depends on how much oxygen or lack of oxygen is in the blood. Plus, the color of your skin may also influence the appearance of what your veins look like on the outside. Does standing too close to a microwave cause cancer? Oh my gosh, this has been a myth forever. No, it does not. Microwave radiation warms up our food by moving around the water particles within it and causing vibration, which then heats it up. But it is a type of non-ionizing radiation. That means that it is non-cancer forming type of radiation versus ionizing radiation, which does and has been shown to cause cancer. And then the other question people would ask is, then does your food become radioactive? And no, it does not, because it doesn't change the particles. Why can't humans grow back their arms, legs, or fingers like a starfish? Because we're not starfish. There are cool things that our body can do. If you actually remove a piece of your liver, part of it will actually regrow back. Very cool. Then also our tissue, if we actually cause a laceration or lose skin, certain levels of that can be regenerated. But if we lose too much, we can't. Is it possible to be allergic to people? I mean, just being around them. Not the skin allergy, hair allergy, or saliva allergy. I did research. I cannot find anything about it. Anything could help. So an allergic reaction on a cellular level has to do with IgE, a foreign antigen coming into your body, whatever it is, and then your body reacting to it. Then you're having a mast cell reaction, which then breaks down and histamine is released, and you have all of these things occurring, and you have an allergy. When you have allergies, you actually potentially will get desensitized to the allergen, and you'll actually stop reacting with IgE, and it'll switch over to a different type of antibody. So then it actually doesn't activate your mast cell, which then doesn't break down histamine, so then you don't get these responses. So this person might actually be in fear of being around other people, which is anthropophobia, which is basically the fear of people. And so that could be a component of it. Does holding in poop for longer extract more nutrients out of it? I would say the answer is yes, but don't do this. Your colon, the major part of that is to form poop, to reabsorb some water, and then reabsorb the leftover electrolytes as well as minerals and vitamins. Leftover, very minimal. Majority of the nutrients are reabsorbed in your small intestines. Leaving in poop longer will actually cause more problems than benefits. Is it a good idea after swallowing a wasp? Could it nest inside a human? Also, could it still possibly live inside a human? We have stomach acids, right? So stomach acid, the pH is low. Most things cannot live in that type of environment, but there have actually been case reports and case studies where a swallowed wasp, hornet, bee has actually made it into the esophagus and into the stomach and actually has caused stinging inside. When they actually did an endoscopy, which is a camera into the stomach, they found the dead wasp, but they also found a puncture wound. It could possibly survive, but for how long period of time? Probably not very long. Can it nest inside of a human? Probably not, but there's always exceptions to the rules. I've never seen it, I've never heard of it, but I've seen case reports about these bugs being inside human beings after they've swallowed and survived for a very short period of time. Why do men have nipples? Okay, we got another nipple gate. No, I'm just kidding. Males have nipples, but don't have a milk producing breast or nipple. They have secondary responsibilities, so to speak. So during puberty, a male breast tissue and nipple actually forms a small ball underneath, and it has to do with hormonal changes. And then what ends up happening is they're highly sensitive. They're actually used when it comes to sexual arousal. They're actually shown to potentially have more nerve endings and sensitivity than a female nipple. Is it true that not masturbating causes you to sweat sperm, which subconsciously attracts women? No. No. Holding in your sperm just holds in your sperm in your epididymis and your testicles. What subconsciously attracts women is your pheromones, which is your body odor. Is it safe to eat non-ripe fruit? So, good question. The majority of fruits out there that are not ripened are safe to eat. Sometimes relating to the pits and the seeds of different fruit you need to stay away from. In medical school, we were taught that there are certain seeds that are actually pretty dangerous that actually contain cyanide. Apple seeds are one of them. So if you actually swallow these things, it typically is fine as long as you're not chewing them open, because the casing around it will actually seal it in and you'll just pass through your GI system and out. But in general, an unripe banana is fine to eat. How ripe do you actually like to eat a banana? Do you like to eat it green, yellow, brown where you try to grab the stalk and it just like falls off? That's disgusting. If there's issues relating to unripe foods, it'll probably cause you to have some GI upset and your body's not going to like it. But in general, there's actually some fruits that actually have more nutrients when they're not ripe. Does watching porn shrink your brain? No, it doesn't shrink your brain. But what negative effects does watching a lot of do? Well, it actually desensitizes your body and your brain to sexual encounters. So if you are continually watching sexual events and then try to then have sexual encounters in your real life, your potential arousal might be significantly decreased, and then you may not be able to get aroused, you may not be able to get an erection, you may not be able to orgasm. Please be careful, please be aware of what you're doing, because you don't want to be put in a situation where you really like an individual and things just not work the way that you expected because of your previous experiences. So very good, thought-provoking questions. I'm glad that you sent me these questions that you may feel too embarrassed to ask somebody, or that it's just been on your mind and you want to know some more information. If you guys enjoyed this, definitely binge watch this right here, and you guys definitely join my Discord. And before I forget, limited merch, so check it out right now. I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you subscribe, turn your bell notifications on, and hit that like button. Thank you so much for watching, and stay healthy, my friends.